Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I'm going to try and put together a Raspberry Pi kit here. This is one that I looked up because I want to make a Cody box, and I just googled how do you make a Cody box out of a Raspberry Pi set, and I found a really good link. I will put it down below, a good video, I'll put it down below. It's from K-Fire TV News, and it's basically a Raspberry Pi 3 Cody install from unboxing all the way through. 30 minutes or less, he says, so let's find out. Now, what I really like is the guy suggested this particular set. This is Vrillos, I think it is. Remake the World. Yeah, it's just a V shape. Vil Ross. Vilros. Geek and Tinkerer. What the guy suggested is so good about this particular Raspberry Pi. First of all, it's a Raspberry Pi 3. Just makes it nice and powerful and useful. And he says it comes with everything you could possibly need in here. So I just thought, okay, no excuses. Let's try and build one of these things. Also, I've never dabbled in the Raspberry Pi world, so I kind of feel the need to get my feet wet. And since this is an all-encompassing kit that should do everything for us and get us a Cody box at the end, why not? And let's film it. Now, I know a lot of people have made these things, so this is hardly breaking new ground here on my channel, but I've never done this, so come with me and let's see if we mess this up. First of all, open her up and see what's inside. There's the front. There's the front. Oh. There. No, I did cut that already. Yes, I did. Where's the other? There we go. Okay. So inside we have a Raspberry Pi 3 Model B. We have a power supply, so that's kind of good. Like, this does everything you need for it. Plug it into the wall there. What is this? This is a box for it. Transparent case. It would be kind of cool to get a custom little Raspberry Pi case, one that looks, I don't know, kind of cool, like a TARDIS or something. But we're gonna keep it simple and just go with what comes in the box. There is the memory card with a little reader. Excellent. So it's got everything you could possibly need. What on earth is that? A heatsink. Ooh, we're gonna be dealing with heat sinks. Great. HDMI cable. And the quick start guide. Okay, so there's all the bits and pieces there. So we got our heatsink, our instructions, our case, sorry, our actual Raspberry Pi, and our case. So I'm essentially just going to follow this guy's video. I may check the instructions as I go, but I think it's pretty straightforward. I basically assemble the little case, put the Pi in it, and then put the memory, grab the files off the internet, stick them on this, and we're kind of good to go, theoretically. Let's try this out. There we go. Okay. So, there it is. It's a clear case. Nothing in the box. Okay. And there's another bit of instruction. So, okay, so according to this guy, you want to just open that up. There we go. Oh, okay, this is a slightly different case than he's got in his video. Ooh, some very, very small screws. I guess we'll be applying those in a minute. And there it is. So basically, the Raspberry Pi is going to go there with that circular, and there's where the USBs go there. Okay, good to know. Let's retrieve the Raspberry Pi itself. What else is in the box here? Even more instructions. Okay, set that over there. Alright, so now the guy says to be very careful. These are delicate pieces. So carefully retrieve the Raspberry Pi 3. There it is. Nothing else in the bag. So you can see there's our 3 banks of ports there that obviously go along that line. There's that circular bit, and there's the HDMI. So what I want to do is place that like that. Is there, now in his version there was like a couple of tabs, but then he didn't have the screws to hold it in place, so I guess that's not the case here. Alright, so I guess it doesn't have a satisfactory little click to indicate that it's in. So, I mean, I guess that's it. Doesn't seem right. Yeah, alright. It might be time to consult my set of instructions, since mine is slightly different from the guy in the video. Well, it looks about right there. It sits a little... okay. Alright. Besides, I gotta get a screwdriver for the tiny little screws anyway. And 2 out of the 4 are going to be attached. Alright, let me do a little research here. Alright, well, before we actually screw that all together, I need to put these heat sinks on here. The fellow that I'm watching here is also mentioning, from K-Fire TV News, he himself forgot a step. Got to put the heat sinks on next before you seal the whole thing up. And the instructions say make sure the SD card is not plugged in. Well, that's definitely the case. I don't know if that's because the... I'll open this thing. I don't know if that's because the case may not necessarily have done that already. Ooh. But I find it odd they're telling me make sure this isn't plugged in. Yeah, how can it be? You've got it as 2 separate things. Alright, come here. Come here. Hang on. Okay, I took a little bit of finagling there, but at least that's the little door open now. So, this is the larger of the heat sinks, goes on the larger chip. Obvious reasons. Tape is a little bit wonky here, but let's just carefully peel that off. Yeah, I don't know if that's intentionally got a little tab there or not. Okay, so there's the tape completely off. I don't think it matters one way or the other which direction this thing goes, but it does sit on top of the larger of the 2 chips. Like that. Is that on square? Pretty square. Apply a little bit of pressure just to make sure it sits there. And then the same thing on that one there. This little guy here. There we go. And set that on the other little box. Ooh, hang on. Okay, I think that's on there fairly straight. Good enough. Okay, heat sinks are on. Wow, I even got them to line up the same direction too. So, that's that. Now, it does say in the instructions, press down till this whole thing snaps. I'm not feeling it snap, but you know what? Actually, no. I thought it was kind of in. I don't like this. It almost feels like it needs to be, I don't know, it needs to click somewhere, and I'm not sure where. I don't want to force it too hard. Yeah. Come on. Just snap into place, will you? I guess that's close. Alright. I don't really like that, but let's move on and figure out where these last 2 screws are going to go. Okay, now I just noticed something. on the top of the case, there's two little things that screws can go into, two pegs or whatever. And that's the only place. So I think this thing is all supposed to just snap on top with those two screws connecting to something else, maybe? I don't know. Like, it almost looks like this thing should, like, just basically do that. It should just snap in. Almost. Where is the... That didn't quite sound right. It looks like it's largely there. Let me just see if I can pry that back open. If I can. Oh, yeah. I think maybe it opens like a door. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it does all just snap into place. Hang on. So let's just set that all flat down there. And it looks as though it needs to go from the back. And it closes a little bit like a book, I think. Soon find out. So let's just snap up from the back and then to the front. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, actually, that's it. That is it snapped into place. There you go. Huh. All right then. That's our Raspberry Pi made. What the heck are these little screws for then? I don't know. I mean, it's for that, but what's that for? I guess we'll soon find out. So now, the guy says all you need to do next is boot this thing up. But I haven't used this memory card just yet. What does it say on the back? Bill Ross, micro SD card preloaded with Noobs software. Due to the partitions placed on the card by the preloaded Noobs software, the card may appear to be of smaller capacity when inserted into a PC. All right. So it's got an operating system. Cool. Where does that go? Let's do a bit more investigation. Oh, ho, there it is. There's where the SD card goes in. Okay. So I will basically just slide it in there, I think. But let me just do a bit more research here. We're coming along. All right. So yeah, we are essentially done a big chunk here. I'm just going to stick the memory card, which should come loaded with some operating system stuff. And the guy says, you put it in. I don't need the reader because I'm going to be relying on the memory, or the operating system being loaded. So pins toward the circuit board. Slide it right in there. I don't know if it'll click into place or... I think that's it. That's pretty secure in there. That's that in there. All right. And basically now we just got to go to the other room because theoretically all we do is give this thing some power and hook up a USB mouse and keyboard. And what it's going to do as soon as I plug this into the wall is it's supposed to say, hey, I'm a Raspberry Pi. What's your wireless settings? Would you like to install this, and this off the web? Yes, no, maybe so. And away we go. So I will basically just be plugging in the power to that little box, or that little thing there, with everything else all hooked up. And I need an HDMI TV set. So let's go try this out in the other room. All right, so here's our HDMI TV. We got a standard keyboard kicking around and a mouse. Here's the Raspberry Pi. Here's the power supply for it. So first we shall connect it to the TV via HDMI. Careful, snugly put that in there. Right, so that's HDMI for the Raspberry Pi. That rhymes. Keyboard, I guess, doesn't matter which one of these we plug it into. I don't know. Mouse into here. Okay. Turning on the TV. It's not going to spot anything yet. But if I give this thing some power, fingers crossed. Oh, we have light. We are finding something. Oh! Yay! Noobs built in. Now, looks like my options are... Can I move the mouse? Yes, I can. I mean, barely. Here's to get a mouse pad. Raspbian, which is recommended, a port of Debian stretch for the Raspberry Pi, or Libre Elec RPI 2 is a fast and user-friendly Kodi Entertainment Distribution Center. That's what we want. So let me find a little something. Let's put a piece of paper here. This thing is just not going to work. There we go. That's better. Okay. First of all, I guess I'm going to go with that one. Install, because we want Kodi. Okay, so we're just going Libre Elec. So put a little X means that it's going to install that. I haven't yet hooked up Wi-Fi, so that's going to be later on, but let's install. So just click on here. So install that, go for it. From what I gather, had I set up my Wi-Fi, it might have then grabbed whatever other operating systems are out there, like RetroPie, etc. But I've got enough retro systems. This is not the purpose of this Raspberry Pi. Maybe someday if I want to get another one and dabble in that area. This is just to try out Kodi, because that will serve our purposes very well. And then I think it's going to reboot into Kodi, and I click next a whole bunch of times. Fingers crossed, here we go. Okay. Hey, we're in. Next. Okay, that's us on our network, and it's asking if I want to configure SSH or Samba, which I believe is more remote access type stuff, advanced users who want to interact with the operating system. We don't, so I'm going to leave that as is. Next. Thank you. Okay, looks like we're in, so let's see, where did I find that stuff? System settings? Add-ons. Yeah, we're in, okay. Just going to try a few things here. So in add-ons, we want to turn on, where did that go? Add-ons. Want to turn on unknown sources. Yes. Now having done that, I hit escape to go back. I want to go to File Manager. And I want to add source. Add source. Do I double click? And it was in here somewhere. So I had to go to add-ons and then Kodi add-on repository. So basically it was add-on and then video add-ons. I had to kind of move the mouse across and then select enter add-on browser. And from there I could grab stuff that is available and not, you know, like we got Crunchyroll, Crackle, we got, I think IGN is on this list, etc., etc. There's the Engadget, you know, so we can add whatever we want. Now this is primarily going to be for my wife's use. Food Network, HGTV was the one that we were really interested in getting here. There we go, HGTV Canada. Install. And I don't think it's, oh, there it is. Giving me a downloading percentage over there. Whoops. Thinking about it. Wow, it's jumping all over the place here. add on install. Okay, so now if we go back out of here, if we now try to watch HGTV Canada, Brian Incorporated, this is basically the reason we got into this. Let's try lining up. How's it run? Does it run? Never mind, how does it run?
These are the tiles.
You've doubled the cost.
That's it?
Previously on Brian Inc. What are these?
These are the tiles.
You've doubled the cost and time of install. They better appreciate
Perfect.
it this way.
Okay, that's what we needed to do.
Gastrointestinal
Now,
things.
let's get out of here.
We're gonna run into issues here, though. Now that the septic's in,
Yes.
there's the
Yeah,
septic
whoa,
caps,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
and they're
Shush.
all over the place.
Shush.
What happened? I saw this like 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
but nothing else
Stop.
has been done.
Stop.
So
Stop
we
the
could
show.
probably
Stop
play
the
Monday or
show.
Tuesday? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Oh my God.
Fall's here, buddy. Like, this is now, I know it looks chaotic, but...
Bottom line is, we're not going to make the fall.
Okay. Now, that's great. I hope that was useful for some to see that that's all there really is to getting a Raspberry Pi working. Basically, yeah, just buy that, that set from that company. I'm going to put a link below, as I say, both to the guy who was showing this how-to guide and also the Amazon link where I got mine, because this thing is working really well for what I need it to do. So we've got Kodi, and now we can just plug this into the TV and be good to go. All right, well, I hope that was informative and helpful. It's just a little project of mine. I don't know anything about Raspberry Pis, and now at least I've dabbled a little bit with them. I hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.